This is a demonstration of the Philips record player. I'm just going to show you how to use it and give a demonstration so that you'll be familiar with it when you receive it. So if I just run through the controls with you, on the front are the two controls for on-off volume and tone, and on the deck you have the speed control on the left, which has 5 positions: 16, 33, 45, 78 and 0, and obviously when it's set to 0 the turntable doesn't go round. On the right hand side you have 3 buttons: start, reject, stop and size selection 12, 10 or 7 inch. The size selection button only applies if you put one record directly onto the turntable. If you use the stacking system where the records drop down, the size is detected automatically by this trip lever at the back. So I'll start by showing you how to play one record at a time, and the advantage with this deck is you can simply lift the stacking arm and tall spindle out and put a record straight onto the turntable. You can then simply put the arm across onto the record like so. If you want to stop the record, obviously you can just lift the arm off manually. If you press down the stop button, that doesn't stop it immediately. That will tell it to, when it gets to the end of the record, to come back and switch off. If you want to stop the record midway through play, you press the button marked reject and then the arm will lift up and come off. And then press stop for it to stop. So if I pop the spindle now back in, the spindle fits in. There's a little ledge here and that points in that direction. It's important to make sure it goes in the right way so that the records drop down properly. So just pop that in there. So you can stack around 8 to 10 records. I've got 2 here I'm just going to demonstrate with, so I'll just pop them onto the spindle ledge and put the stacker arm across. You can see there's a little pip here to make sure it fits snugly. Select the correct speed. As I've said, if the records are dropping down, the size selection is automatic, so simply press and hold the start button for a couple of seconds until the mechanism starts. And as you can see, the first record's dropped down and the arm's moved across. And if you want to skip to the next record, press and hold the reject. And the same theory applies for playing 12-inch records as well. And then to remove the records, simply pull the spindle out and take the records off. I'll just also show you, if you want to play a 12-inch record manually, exactly the same theory applies. Pop it to 33, but push the size selection down to the 12-inch position and then just press and hold the start key. So I'll just pop it on a little bit further as well. And then if I pop it over to the end and the stop key is depressed, the arm will lift off and it will stop. So I hope that covers everything. Obviously vintage auto changers, if you're not used to them, they can seem a little bit complex to start with, but as soon as you've had a play with it and got used to it, I'm sure you'll find it simple enough to use. And of course, if you do have any questions, obviously you can just send me a message, and written instructions will be supplied as well.